Hello students. Today let us learn the third poem of your English textbook, Behave. Rain on the Roof by Curtis Kinney. Curtis Kinney was an American lawyer, politician, journalist and poet. He was born on 24th November 1826 near Penn Yan, New York and died on 25th January 1904. He was partly educated at Antioch College, Yellow Springs in Ohio and studied law with Thomas Corwin. He was admitted to the bar in Cincinnati in 1856. He became a journalist and worked on newspapers in Cincinnati, Ohio, Xenia, and Springfield. From June 1861 until November 1865, he was a paymaster in the United States Army and was discharged from service with the commission of Brevet Lieutenant Colonel of Volunteers. He was the senator from the 5th District in the Ohio legislature from 1882 to 1883. He wrote poetry and his verses were collected in Keuka and Other Poems in 1855 and Lyrics of the Ideal and the Real in 1888. Of his verses, Rain on the Roof, which was set to music, was the most popular one. I'm talking about this particular poem that we're going to study in this chapter. From the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, we can make out that the poem is about rain. The poet tells us about the memories he has of the rain. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. This poem talks about the poet's varied reactions to the sound of raindrops falling on the roof of his house. He says that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad dark night. He loves to lie in bed and hear rain falling on the roof of his room because it gets back sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of raindrops helps him fall asleep and that gives him sweet dreams. He has memories of his loving mother who would put him and his siblings to sleep on listening to the rain pattering on the roof of his house. Now, let us see the poem in detail. We will see the poem in stanza wise so that we can reduce the length of the video. Stanza 1. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. In the opening stanza of the poem, the poet describes a rainy night. He says that the humid shadows or the rain-bearing clouds hover over or move around in the sky and they obstruct the beautiful view of the starry spheres or the star-studded sky. The poet says that the sky is full of these clouds which are moisture-laden or full of water and are about to bring rain, and darkness, which brings in melancholy to the mind, is creeping into the earth, bringing in raindrops with it. This darkness is making the poet sad and reflective or thoughtful. The only thing that poet feels good about or he feels good or that brings in joy to the poet is to press his face upon the pillow in his cottage and listen to the patter of the rain or the sound that is made by the raindrops when it falls on the roof, that is patter. Stanza 2. Every tingle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy beings start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. The poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the rooftop or when he hears the patter. He says that every tinkle or short light raining sound on the shingles or the wooden tiles of the roof that has an echo in the heart. When he says 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, he means that he can visualize thousands of fanciful images crowding in his mind at once. Rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart, and in his dreams he has many different fanciful imaginations. As he lay listening to the soft falling of the raindrops on the roof, memories of the past come back into his mind, and they come in the form of dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. Now let's see the third stanza. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. In this third stanza, the poet is reminded of his mother, as he had told in the previous stanzas that rain brings memories of the past. Here, it brings the memory of his mother, who is no longer alive, who is dead. He remembers how many years ago his mother used to come to have a last survey of her sweet little children, sweet dreamers, before going to sleep, as they were warm in bed and having pleasant, beautiful dreams. What the poet remembers more than anything is how his mother would give him a loving look or a fond look and care him in particular. These memories are evoked as he lay listening to the repetitive rhythm of the raindrops, playing like a refrain of a song on the roof of his cottage. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present. That is why he is moved by the sound of the rain and raindrops on the shingles of his room. Whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past, and he is reminded of his mother. That's all the poem. And now let us find out the literary devices used in this poem. Of course, this poem has got a specific rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. I repeat, A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. There are many poetic devices used in this poem, like repetition, onomatopoeia, transferred epithet, alliteration, a number of such. Let us see them all in detail. Let's see alliteration. We have already studied this. Still, the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words in a line, we call that as alliteration. In this poem, humid hover, humid hover, H sound is repeated. Starry spheres, S sound is repeated. Press pillow, P sound is repeated. Lie listening, L sound is repeated. And the other poetic device is onomatopoeia. The use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and audio imagery. Here in this poem, patter is the word used in this poem. The sound word patter, it is a sound made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop. So when he hear that sound or the word, we get that image of raindrops falling on the roof. So that's what we call onomatopoeia. Then the third, personification. Treating a non-living thing as a living being is personification. Here in this poem, darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad. Darkness is sad. Human beings can become sad, not darkness. So that quality of human being is given to the darkness. And the fourth one, and the last we can see in this poem, it is transferred epithet, the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. In melancholy darkness, the darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. That's all the poem and its details. Thank you for watching.